What if Deku was a brawler? Basically put, we're just making this to where Deku throws hands, really good hands, okay? So, Bakugo and Deku gonna be about a clean four, right? They don't have any animosity towards one another. Cause like, you know, there's no reason for right now, right? And so what ended up happening, you feel, is they start jagging, and they both see people fighting, right? And they see this one dude throwing hands. And he's beating up on people like older than him. Like he's like 13 fighting over like 17-year-olds on some shit, right? Just for the point of reference. And these little niggas seeing that shit. Bakugo's like, he's like, oh my. And then for some reason, something in Deku just unlocks. And he's like, he starts walking. His eyes are not really glowing. Actually, no. His eyes aren't really glowing. His eyes begin to go green. Hey, mister. Kid says that, hey, get out of the way. I got it. And he starts emitting this weird power. My mom always told me not to play with guns. And like, he's just talking real crazy, right? He like, my mommy always told me not to play with guns, but I think I'll make an exception. He takes a stance. Like, he saw them, they were watching them fight for a little bit, okay? He takes a stance. You look weak. I think I got something for you. His hair begins to kind of like spike up a little bit. And he just says, pistol. And he like jumps at this dude with like dumb speed. Bow. Punches that dude. And it's like a strong impact, but not like really strong because it's a pistol. And so he gets flunked back. But he was like one of those Krillin niggas. Like a Raditz type nigga, you feel me? And so he gets pumped back, right? Bam, goodbye. And so what ended up happening, right? So he's like, yeah. And then he likes running up there like, we don't care if you're a kid. Like there's some thugs or something, or want to be thugs on some shit, right? And then, so he runs up, they run up. We don't give a fuck if you're a kid or not, him. I think y'all are a little stronger. He does, like, jumps and shotgun. Boom! And, like, you just see these tiny legs, like, cave their face in, bro. And then he looking at the last dude. This hurts. I feel extreme pain. But as long as I take it out on you, I'll be okay. Sniper. You see this dude disappear. And you don't even hear it. You just see him walk away. I'm leaving now as his eyes are still glowing this like demonic like green, bro. And then after Deku like pretty much walks away, all you hear is dude falls down to the ground. And he's like, damn, little homie, I was struggling with these. And you know, the you know, this random person that was throwing hands, he was like, is that your man's dog? What type of quirk he got? I don't know. And then after Deku gets home, he tells his mom, Mommy? And she's like, yes, Izuku, I'm leaving. And then he walks out and just leaves. She's like, wait, but what? And then he sleeps her really. Like, nothing devious. Nothing like big body, like where he drop kicks her. He just knocks her out. And he leaves like a note, you know, saying like, catch you later. Are they putting air in it right now or something? That's weird. He just sleeps her and like, puts a pillow down. He's like, it's almost like he's like possessed, but he's not possessed, if that makes sense. So he basically leaves for like a couple of years, but like he still goes to school, but like he just doesn't come home. And then people try to keep up with him, but like he'll hit the burners on him real quick. He's like, gotta go. I'm that guy, simply put, and then just dips off on him. But meanwhile, when nighttime hits, that's when the real Deku comes out. He doesn't even really, he slicks his hair up a little bit, and then he kind of got like that Mikey kind of like look, right? Which, you know, he vibing with it. Actually, I'm gonna do this what if maybe some justice. And so basically he pulls out and he just starts cracking his knuckles, and then like they're like, what is this kid doing here? This, we'll say he's about 5 or 6, all right? And he's just like, with his quirk being unknown, but he decided to name it personification. Him. He's like, he's undefeated, beating 30 people. Will this be the day his record gets untested? Let's find out today against the Sledgehammer. Basically, a big dude comes out with a sledgehammer. Like, come on. He throwing that sledgehammer like it's paper, bro. He tossing that bad boy like it's a damn twig, my boy. He's like, you do know killing's allowed, right? He's like, I know, that's why I'm here. I keep having these impulses. And so he takes a stance. He exhales, inhales, exhales, inhales, inhales, holds breath, exhales. The next time I exhale, you're dying. Inhales. He's like, please, kid. He gets into his stance after, flexing with the hammer. It's beginning to charge at him. And then he's like, he doesn't breathe out. He just looks at him. And then the, ringleader's like, fight! And then, they throw hands. And then it begins, right? Deadass. The second the dude says, Deku's already out. He's above him. Sniper. Boom! And just set that dude flying. And you're looking at his arm, and you just see his arm a little like, his arm's actually not damaged, since it's not like him actually making a sniper. He's personifying a sniper rifle, okay? And so what ended up happening after he did that, oh shit, I thought there was something crawling near me. But after he does that, they're like, wow, I think this might be his fastest KO. And then Deku just walks away with his eyes going green again. And then he blinks. Damn it, I did it again. Then we'd have a few more years pass by, right? And we're gonna have your boy at a clean, crispy, like 10 years old, okay? He still goes to school, and right after school, he doesn't go home. He goes to a place that's unknown, because I don't have the justification for the story. So he starts, like, eating good, bro. And they're like, damn, kid, you sure know how to put it away. Don't you think it's getting late? You probably should go home to your parents. Through the chewing, like he's a Saiyan on some shit, he's like, I walked away from home. He didn't even say he ran away. He was like, I walked away from home. And then dude's like, yeah, okay. And let me guess, you're gonna say you beat up adults to get all this money? Yes. And then, like, as he starts to flare up a little bit, his belly's like that for a while. And then after a while, some rude ass motherfuckers, we'll say your boy's at a restaurant, right? He already paid his people in full. Like, he already gave them the bread because he knew he was needing to eat good, right? So some rude ass motherfuckers come in, they start talking all sorts of shit, and Deku's like, oh yeah, that's good, that's good. Note, I haven't said anything about him wanting to be a hero. He's doing very unhero like shit. And so these people start making, causing problems, right? The typical shonen type shit, okay? And so they start causing bad problems for a nigga, right? They on that bullshit for real. Hurry up with my drink. God damn it, the servers, they like the local thugs, or they on that bullshit for real. And Deku just looking like, he's sitting there drinking that orange juice, my boy. He's like, yeah, that's that good for real. Woo. He's like, I guess we could say one of the lackeys come through. He's like, unlike everyone else that's bowing down in front of our Lord, or the boss of the little group, right? You seem to not be fazed. I know it's hard for you kids to get the lesson, but maybe I should probably show you some respect. And then, the dude, Dude grabs him by the collar, and now at this point, this dude's just looking like Mikey on some shit, right? And Deku looks up at him, my orange juice spilled, and he's like, "Hey, are you listening to me, you brat?" And then Deku's like, "My orange juice spilled." He looks up at him, and like he shoots him a death glare with one eye semi-glowing. Why? No, he's let go of me. And then the dude like actually jumps back a little bit and lets go of him. And then the boss or like one of the other people are like, "Don't tell me a kid's scaring you off. You're gonna be having getting some more errands. This is why we got this newbie here." Deku gets up, really angry. Then he comes down. Okay, oh well, it's gone. And then he begins to walk out. And then one of the other fuckers come through. Like, let's say he got a quirk that allows his legs to be, kicks to be stronger, right? He comes through and just steals off on Deku, right? Just bam, hit that nigga against the table. One of the girls are screaming, you know that bullshit, right? And then they try to see if Deku's okay, and then he gets up. He's trying to fight his excitement, but all he could do, his mouth actively and he just starts smiling with some blood, with a light blood coming down on his face. Come on. As he takes a stance, I'm gonna try that again. And so, like, literally, it would be like a brief comedic scene where he get kicked like 2 or 3 more times. And then Deku gets up. And the dude's kicking the air. "I don't know how many times I gotta teach you this lesson. You seem to be stubborn and not know how the program works around here." "You're right. I don't know the program. So please enlighten me, because if you're gonna kick somebody, everyone's looking at him, it gets quiet, and then all you hear is sniper. And you just see this dude's whole entire body gets implanted into the ground. Good night, good sleep. That's how you kick someone. And oh yeah, buddy, this is how you properly grab someone. He does like some weird judo looking ass like type stuff, or maybe even just put him over the shoulder. And so he like flips him up, flips him around, basically puts him right back on his feet. And then, oh yeah, by the way, you smell like before he can even register. Boom, sends him flying. He goes to sleep. Good night. Slumped. Okay. Then he looks over at the boss. My orange juice got spilled, and I couldn't even enjoy my food. I was trying to be relaxed and calm, but it seems like, and as he says, his hair spikes up. It just seems like everything's gotta be a problem. So simple. Time to die. Machine gun. He pulls up on him. Boom. Take all the cronies. And then the second he does that, he looks the dude, I mean, as close as he really can to be in his eye. But let's just say he's on the bodies of all the people he knocked out, and he's just looking down at him. Do we have a problem? Because I don't like the way you're looking at me, tough guy. And the dude's like, "Nah, man, we don't gotta." He pulls out a gun. Pew, pew, pew. Starts shooting at Deku. Deku, pew, pew, pew. He weaves like 2 of them and gets hit with one right in the shoulder. And then Deku starts screaming and screaming and screaming and then crying. And everyone's like, and the dude starts talking shit, right? He's like, yeah, you need to know your place. Just because you got them doesn't mean nothing. I don't give a fuck if anybody does got a quirk. I don't care what your quirk is. With his gun all in the air and shit, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You can't stop bullets though. You can try to imitate pistols, all that if you want to. I've been shot 9 times and I'm still here, nigga. Yeah, blah blah, just talking mad shit. Deku screaming, crying, and but people actually stop hearing whatever he's talking about. Deku wasn't screaming or crying. He was crying, but he was laughing. He said, "I'm so stupid." As he gets up, I was doing it all wrong. Everyone feels this weird, like, cold sensation. Deku's eyes go to a bright green, just glaring. He gets up. I was doing the bullets all wrong. It's hot and deadly. I was being too soft. And all you hear is dark impulse, but you don't hear him say it, you just hear the words. He's like, that's how a bullet is. You said you've been shot 9 times, right? Deku takes a weird stance. Then how about this? Pistol. 36 bullets. And he cuts his hands back and just, all you see. From that moment on, bro. Every person that witnessed this shit, right? Literally swear they heard 64 bullets go. They swear they heard pa, 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 and they just heard it at like rapid speeds. You wouldn't be able to tell anybody else this if you wasn't there. Nobody would believe you. But they know, they saw that kid didn't have a gun with him. But yet, they swear he shot 30 or 64 bullets on meds. And then on that last hit, he boom, hits him up. And then cocks his arm back. And I mean, he cocks like a haymaker. Him, shotgun. All you hear is shotgun. And then you just hear, dude, and this dude gets fucking power drived into like on the other side. Like let's say there went to the right, homeboys at the left, and everybody's knocked out. And then Deku's just like, he looks at the wound and grabs the bullet and just takes it out. Everyone's a little applaud. Like one dude's like, good job, buddy, appreciate the help. And he just looks at him. He thought about hitting him, but he's like, no. Hops over the bar top. And he's like, hey, man, if you want oranges, trust me, man. It's on the house. You got it. He pulls out liquor. He's like, wait, I don't think you should be getting that. And then Deku proceeds to put, like, you know, some liquor onto his wound. And then he gets, like, somebody had a lighter on him. Or he pulls up on somebody, takes a lighter from them. And basically sets like this like little wound on the flyer. And since it was a clean through and through, he does it on the other side too. And he points at one of them. Your quirk is bandage of some sort, right? He doesn't say it, it's just implied. I don't know how it would be. Anyway, she wraps him up and then he, thank you. And she's like, could you bandage these people up, could you? Deku does this. I mean, not Deku, but the individual lady does this. He's like, huh. One of these girls come up to him, slightly like, you know, appalled, and they're like, what's your name? And he's like, my name is Deku. And then she's about to tell him well, he would say it's Zuko Midoriya, but, and she's about to tell him his name, but then Deku like walks out and he's like, no offense, but I don't care right now. And then she like sees that he's like limping, and like he proceeds to like limp away from, you know, the bar, but like very subtly. And then like he walks a little bit, but like she proceeds to follow him. And then Deku falls down, just, which in normal respect, he'd be out in the, you know, woods or something training. Okay, so like he literally just be training, and when he passes out, he just passes out. And he always like, if I die, I die. If I live, if I live, I'm gonna make it everyone else's problem. Fuck it. And then passes out. This time, a girl, an individual, seen him. Her name, Momo. And that's where we would leave part 1 to What If Deku Was a Brawler.